Hi, my name is Nan, and today I want to talk about people pursuing who they should be, not what others want them to be. So, growing up as an Asian American kid, my parents were very stereotypical in the sense that they wanted my brothers and I to pursue, like, the fancy jobs, the doctor, the engineer, architect, that kind of stuff. And looking back at it, I kind of wish my parents didn't. I wish they didn't try so hard to push my brothers and I into those kind of things. Like, well, they were really earnest about it because those are good careers and stuff like that, and rightfully so. Obviously, they are good careers. If you want to make money and things like that. But were my brothers and I, were we interested in that kind of stuff? Like, for me, I wasn't interested in that kind of stuff. I didn't want to be a doctor. I had no interest in being an engineer. I didn't want to design a bridge or anything like that. Well, actually, as a little kid, I had all kinds of outlandish dreams. One of the things I wanted to do was I wanted to design video games. I actually, as part of a sixth grade assignment, I wrote a letter to Nintendo and everything like that. I wanted to be a video game designer for Nintendo, actually. And obviously, as time went on, that particular dream, it went away, but not in the bad way. It's just as you get older, your interests change, different things come into your life. They all influence you and shape you into someone else. And after a while, I just didn't think about being that game designer or anything like that. It's yeah, so when it came time to college and stuff like that, because I did high school yearbook my senior year, and I really wanted to be a journalist. That was the thing I thought that was what I would set out to do in college. And lo and behold, in college, I majored in communication and with a journalism emphasis, and that became my thing. And I stuck with it for all 4 years in college. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in journalism. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is I think we all should pursue things that excite us, whether it's art, mathematics, or whatever. Every kid is different, and as a result, trying to push kids into stuff that they may or may not like I just think is foolish. Because at the end of the day, if a kid, let's say a kid ends up being an accountant, but let's say they hate math, right? That if they end up having a good accounting career, but at the same time they hate what they do for the rest of their life, they may have a steady paycheck. Is that even worth it? And to me, it begs the question: why do parents push their kids into that kind of stuff? And if we just ignore like financial stability and all that kind of stuff, it's if someone's not happy with what they do for whatever reason, that's to me is the epitome of suffering. That would be the epitome of suffering. It's just be such a meager, lackluster existence. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there aren't people out there who like, let's say they work at McDonald's or something like that. Maybe they do like it working at McDonald's. Maybe they have a passion for it, a genuine passion for working at McDonald's. I know a lot of people want to look down at people who have to work those kind of jobs, but and everyone has to make money. Everyone has to pay the bills and make sure they have a steady paycheck to fall back on. When it comes time for payroll, but it's a tricky thing. I know when it comes to journalism and stuff like that, a lot of people want to mock me and stuff like that. That, oh, you're never gonna make money in that and stuff like that. But I constantly have to remind myself, I specifically chose journalism not for the money. I had to emphasize that to myself again and again because, well, I may or may not live a life that it's not gonna be full of luxuries. Like it's not like I'm gonna be able to take like 7 cruise trips a year or something like that on a proper journalist salary or anything like that. But I had to, I made my bed and I had to make sure I had to definitely make sure I would, I would lie down in it because it's like, it's, this is what I wanted to do. And a lot of things happened after I graduated college. There were a lot of just a lot of missteps here and there. I had to stick by my guns. I made a decision and I I have to just own it. I have to really own it. Otherwise, what's the point? What was the point of me going through school and all that stuff? What was the main emphasis behind all the random things I did, working at my college newspaper and everything like that? All that stuff has to matter, and I'm not going to throw it all out the window just because. And now, as I'm starting to get more stabilized and stuff like that, in certain regards, I believe what I did was right. Granted, I would have changed things here and there to make things a little bit smoother, but that's a different matter altogether. So anyway, it's just important, I think, that people go after things that make them happy. If something doesn't bring joy in your life, there's no real passion for it. There's nothing to excite you about what you're doing. And I stand by what I say. Thank you for listening.